Hi everyone, I am Julia. In this video, I will show you how to onboard the on-premise Windows Server 2025 to Azure Arc and enable Entra ID login step by step. Before we start, we need to make sure all the prerequisites are in place, including Azure subscription, resource group ready, and required permission to install Azure Connected Machine agents. Okay, let's jump in and see how really hybrid cloud works. Here is our step-by-step roadmap. First, we will onboard the server to Azure Arc using a PowerShell script. Next, we will confirm the VM registration in Azure portal. Then, we will configure permission and roles. After that, install the critical piece, the Entra ID login extension on the machine. And finally, we will test login using an Entra user. Alright, here's our Hyper-V host environment. This virtual machine you see right here is a fresh install of Windows Server 2025. It's a completely standalone right now, not connected to any on-premises Active Directory domains. This is the moment of truth. We are now executing the PowerShell script that uses the service principle for secure, non-interactive authentication. The script automatically downloads and installs the Azure Connected Machine agent. You can see it checking the environment, and then successful connection is established. The progress bar reaching 100%, and the connected message confirms our server is now a managed Azure Arc resource. As you can see here, the logs confirm that a few hybrid services are already installed on this server. In the control panel, the Azure Connected Machine agent is successfully installed. Here, the proof of our success. Inside the Azure portal under Azure Arc machines, we can now see our server listed as a connected resource. This confirms that our on-premises server is now first-class citizen in Azure, manageable just like a native Azure VM. For a user to log in, we must grant them required permissions directly on the server resource. We navigate to our Arc server, go to the Access Control IAM, and click Add Role Assignment. We select a built-in role called Virtual Machine Administrator Login and User. This role doesn't grant any Azure management rights, but it does allow the user to log in into the virtual windows as an administrator. We then find and select our target Entra user. This step essentially creates a secure bridge between the user's cloud identity and the local login rights on the server. Security audit logs confirm that the new login activity occurred right after permission were granted. Now we have the permissions set up in the cloud, but the server itself doesn't know how to handle them yet. It allows the server to recognize and validate the modern security tokens presented by user logging with Entra ID credentials. Without this extension, the server would simply reject the login attempt, not understanding the cloud-based authentication. Now we are installing the Entra-based login extension on this server. It usually takes around 2 minutes or a bit longer. The deployment finished successfully. Let's simply open the resource to make sure everything is in place. Here in the logs, you can see that a few registry entries were created, and Windows has been successfully joined to Azure Active Directory. You can see that the current login account is local administrator. We are now logging into the Windows Server 2025, but instead of a local username and password, we are using a pure cloud identity. We bypass traditional authentication entirely. The server configured by the Entra login extension redirects us to secure cloud authentication flow.
complete with multi-factor authentication, I will just approve this request in my Authenticator app.
Azure Arc extends the power of Azure to your on-premises environment. It brings centralized management, stronger security and compliance, all in one place. And with Entra ID, you can secure your sign-in using modern authentication methods. Check out my YouTube channel for full demo. Thanks for watching and see you soon in the next one.